Another terror attack about an hour ago in which two women were murdered in the West Bank. Two Jewish women were murdered in the West Bank via a shooting on their car. And that essentially brings us into some kind of a confluence of three fronts: one in Lebanon, one in Gaza, and one in East Jerusalem slash the West Bank. And they're all connected, obviously. They're not all masterminded from the same place, but they're all connected. Ostensibly and officially, they were triggered by what happened on Temple Mount. However, there's never a shortage of excuses and pretexts to operate and to employ terrorism. So what happened on Temple Mount should not have happened, and I think Israel used excessive force unnecessarily in a situation that should have been contained rather than escalated. But that being established, there have been rounds of violence coming from Gaza and on occasion from Lebanon, irrespective of events within Israel, for example, on Temple Mount. There's a broader context here, and that is the conspicuous absence of a peace process. When there was a peace process, the international community was always more lenient or more reserved and restrained in its responses. This government, the composition of the coalition is extremist to the point that it elicited international responses almost irrespective of events. That the international community would come out and condemn what happened on Temple Mount is almost goes without saying. Israeli explanations that there is a context and there are circumstances, and you have to understand, do not really play well to international audiences, because Israel is seen as the stronger party here. Israel is seen as the sovereign, or at least the self-proclaimed sovereign over Temple Mount. So any use of force there falls squarely on Israel. On the one hand, you have all the experts who say that it is not in Hamas's interest to be lured to initiate an armed conflict or to be lured into one. But then again, every time a round of violence flared up, it was always against someone's interest, and that is almost by definition how these things happen. A miscalculation, an artillery shell or a rocket that hits something that necessitates or demands a response or retaliation from the other side, in this case Israel. I don't think that I honestly don't think that Hamas has any vested interest right now Hezbollah, which is a state within a state in Lebanon, is not only destabilizing Lebanon, but is putting Lebanon under a constant threat, because it is threatening to provoke Israel. And what happened yesterday is that by proxy, by using Hamas presence in southeastern Lebanon near the city of Tyre on the beach, they are playing with fire. It could go either way. I mean, the Palestinians can do a reconsideration or a revisiting of what it is exactly that they want to achieve. I think that the Palestinian Authority would do its utmost in terms of the security apparatus to stop this from happening. But as we said previously, the Palestinian Authority is weak. Israel has no interest in turning Jerusalem into an issue, because Israel thinks and believes for many years that East Jerusalem is part of a united capital of Israel. So the last thing that Israel would want was to to self-inflict on itself the damages of bringing back the issue of Jerusalem on the international agenda.